So it seems like we back. Seems like we back. What's up, y'all? I'm back in the studio again. You know what I'm saying? It's been a long day. It's been a good day though, but it has been long though. You know, what I was gonna say. Hold on, let me make sure everything is set up properly. Make sure I can hear myself. Okay, bet. All right, we public now on Facebook. So Facebook, this we're gonna start doing on Facebook, y'all. We're gonna start transitioning everything over to YouTube. So we're gonna go ahead and start that now. So what we're gonna do is this. We're going to play Facebook, allow Facebook to stream for maybe, 15, 20 minutes here. And I want y'all to go over to the YouTube page, okay? So, matter of fact, I'm going to leave it in the comments here. Let's see. Leave it here for... I should be able to post it there. Edit. Boom, boom. Boom. Interesting. Okay. So, let me see if I can do this here. Because if I do this here, my YouTube is going to be YT. Matter of fact, I just go on there and type it in for y'all. So on YouTube, you're going to want to follow me at... Hold on a second, I'm going to leave this comment for y'all. And I'm going to pin it. YouTube is Luke 1817. Go follow me. Yeah. And then I'm going to pin that comment so that facts. Alright, bet. So now we in. Okay, so look. It's been a long day, like I said, man. It's been a good day though. You know what I'm saying? I want to play some ball, like, you know what I'm saying? Got to, just take my time and kind of move through a little bit more easy. And and just continue my day, and now I'm back with y'all again. So earlier today we was talking about breath and breathing. You know what I'm saying? We were talking about meditations and passing through certain dimensions using your breath and breathing. So if you notice, the title of my live stream right now is that breath must be the topic of the day today. Because I get on, I like to get on YouTube, social media, and watching videos here and there, you know what I'm saying? And I'm also still trying to figure out how to embed the video and make the volume play correctly. So y'all bear with me on that, because we're going to have a whole nother wavelength to this, what we're about to do. So other people can't take stuff, you know what I'm saying? I mean, they can take the ideas all day. But I noticed that as I'm watching on my YouTube channel, I'm looking at, other people that's talking about stuff. And 2 hours ago from now, people are talking about breath and breathing. I say, wow, that's very interesting, man. That you'll sit there and you'll watch somebody's content, but you won't click on it, so they won't get the view. Like, entertainment in itself has become a very, very, I don't know. It's people are weird, man. People are very weird. You know what I mean? And I would say their name because y'all already know how I get down, but I ain't gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not gonna share my platform with these type of people. We just gonna continue forward. But it's just so weird, man, to see that now all of a sudden my ideas are guiding other people on what they need to talk about next, and you call yourself a spiritual guru. Pathetic. Sad. But do what you will with the topics. You know what I'm saying? Because as the Most High stimulate me, I'm gonna keep talking and continue to keep teaching And I guess you can just take the topic and make it seem like you're a grand guru. That's fine. We'll do that. All right. So anyway, as we were talking about breath, breath is very important. Breathing is very important, especially when it comes to meditation. And we were discussing about going through the fourth dimension, finding our way into the fifth dimension, and crossing into dimensions beyond. These things are important for our people because it helps us begin to understand how our chakra systems work and interact with the universe around us, and what type of or degree of currency or flow that our chakras are requiring in order to take us to the next existence of life. Now you have two options now in this current space. You can flow with the planet, or you can flow with the technology, but you cannot serve two masters. It won't work. Okay? So now, mind you, now when we were talking about breathing earlier, we were speaking about the breaths that would take you through the subconscious area or the fourth dimensional space, over into a fifth dimensional space. Okay, which that fifth dimensional space, you should be in your late 30s and early 40s in your breathing sequences. So you should be counting in your 40s by entering into the fifth dimension. Okay. Now, within the fifth dimension, you have to be prepared to get ready to meet the ancestral realm. Some people will be like, "Oh, this is the angels," and other people. And there's explanations of this in many different texts, like many different places where they've actually reached the fifth dimension. In Jacob, when the story of Jacob, there was a ladder that came down from heaven, and the angelic host was all up and down the ladder. That was the fifth dimension. So he had meditated himself into the fifth dimension, okay, where things begin to get illuminated. Because the further you go, because what you're doing ultimately is you're going backwards through the light source. The light source being the sun when it comes to this solar system. Not the universe, but this solar system. There are many different solar systems in this galaxy. There are many different galaxies in this universe. There are many different universes within the multiverse. And all of these things have a 0 point. They have a point of origin, or a space where the frequency of life, or the primary frequency code, is spraying. Okay, and then it filters its way out as it needs to, because frequencies and vibrations change. We know this. So as you enter into the fifth dimensional space, you have to be prepared to meet the ancestral realm. Okay? The light is going to be blinding at first. You say don't walk into the light, but that's different from when it comes to melanated people, because first of all, you're in a state of astral travel. You're in a state of meditation. Kind of go one and the same. Okay? So as you're taking your consciousness back through your pineal gland, you're gonna experience things, or experience variations and frequencies of light spectrum that are not normally visible when using only the 3D eye. Okay, so because you're going through the pineal gland, you now have been given the activation of the mind's eye. So you can see colors and realms that are right there all along with you in the 3D reality, but you just can't see it. Okay, that's why you can take a rodent repellent that's emitting a high frequency sound, but you can't hear it. But if you put on frequency headphones that pick up frequencies, then you can hear what the mice hear. And it is the most terrifying, annoying sound that your ears will ever, you want to get away from it. This is a frequency thing for mice and little rodents and stuff like that, that they can hear things that you can't. What about a dog whistle? A dog whistle, you can blow a dog whistle, and a dog can hear it, but you can't. Okay? So this is the same thing when it comes down to the spiritual realm. Also, when it comes down to the realm of the ancestors, or the fifth dimensional frequency. It exists, but you can't see it. It's a vibration. Okay? It's a vibration. So, upon accessing the vibration or the frequency, you now get into alignment with higher angelic beings or higher consciousness. This is where you deal with your generational curses. This is where you deal with your past lives and your Akashic records. This is a place where you go into returning your energy back unto you, clearing up any blockages in your energetic fields. See, your family that's on the other side, they have those answers for you because they can see it. If only they could communicate with you. Well, they can. But you have to first do the work. This is for melanation. Most of our people are going to be scared of this anyway. You gotta understand. It's scary. You watch all these movies and stuff, and now they putting you melanated people on there, so you think that's you. Man, them Africans. Africans been getting hunted for years. They don't tell you about what be going on in Africa now. Okay? It's still not representative of us. Until you get down to like New Orleans and stuff like that, then they want to show like the Creole people and stuff like that, but that's still not the Indians. Not to the degree they show us. You see, they show us with more of the blood over here, less of the blood over there, like how they did Shadow Moon in that American Gods show. You see, they had him related more to his Caucasian side, but he was mixed with Indian, American Indian. And I'm not talking about a teepee builder. I'm talking about a black man, an African American, what they like to call us. Negro, what they like to call us. He was blended with American Indian. This world is insane. This world is going insane, man. You feel me? So you have to make a choice. You cannot serve two masters. Because a lot of people like to reference, like, biblical texts. And I say this all the time. Folks really don't know how to read the Bible. And as cocky or as confident as it sounds, it's true. Even your pastor, they don't know how to read the Bible. They were not given the codex to understand the Bible. It takes a 33rd degree Masonic understanding, and then even higher. You can go into a 66th degree Masonic Masonic clearance level. The Bible is a codex. It is broken down into multiple dimensions at once. So the people that like to sit up there and cherry pick verses for what works for them, no. It's a continual flow. If you want to go to where the hijack happened all throughout the New Testament. The Old Testament is the interior. Listen, the Department of the Interior belongs to the Indians. The Old Testament is representative of the Department of the Interior. So everything the New Testament is built upon what was, which is the Old Testament. That's why they have to reference it. However, the issue is they take a lot of books out of the old text that will tell you exactly what was going on this land. And like I always like to say, the truth is stranger than fiction. So far, that's not been not correct. The truth will set you free. Free from what should be your next question. But the truth is definitely stranger than fiction. Okay? I want to read y'all something. Hold on, because I'll be pulling up stuff. Hold on. Where is that web page at? Let's see. All right, I think I found it. Here we go. Let's see. Okay. So, what I want to get, I'm going to show you here. Scientific benefits of deep breathing, physiological effects of deep breathing, and then the positive effects of deep breathing. So we're going to start with the physiological effects of deep breathing. Okay. And these things are important. Matter of fact, let me let you guys know. This is coming from the National Library of Medicine. So this is the National Center for Biotechnology Information, right? And they did a excerpt or an insert on breathing, the physiological effects of slow breathing in the healthy human. So here are the key points. That slow breathing practices have gained popularity, such as yoga and things like that, in the Western world due to their claimed health benefits, yet remain relatively untouched by the medical community. This is always the case. Anything that's going to take you away from consuming pills and getting surgery, most of the time you're not going to hear it. I'm a medical massage practitioner. Doctors normally don't refer their patients to us because our job or our modality of service is actually the best form of healing that people can get. And if you and one day we're going to sit here and we're going to talk about massage therapy and why it's important. Okay, and we'll break all that down because I have a lot to talk about when it comes to massage and certain techniques and why these things work for for our body and why we feel good after chiropractic, but it doesn't last. We're gonna talk about all this stuff because it's important. Health, mental health, finance, spirituality, history, everything, sexuality, whatever, man versus woman dynamic, relationships. We got to talk about everything because all of it is important to coming up with a generalized idea for our people so that we can move forward. We're gearing ourselves to be stuck in place, and I don't want to see that happen. So, investigations into the physiological effects of slow breathing have uncovered significant effects on the respiratory, cardiovascular, cardiorespiratory, and autonomic nervous system. Okay? This is talking about the physiological effects of slow breathing. Not the because we all do that because when we got to get up Monday morning, first of all, when you get up out of bed, don't nobody want to go to work. That's the first thing. First of all, you don't want to get up out of the bed on Monday and go to work. So when you have to do that, it automatically puts you in a stressful state of mind because you don't want to go. You want to flip around your bed a few more times. That's real. So it puts you into a shallow breathing. Then the kids got stuff. Then you got to make breath. Then you got to go do this. Now you got to go run over here. Now you got to go. That creates a shallow breathing in the person due to the body taking on the effects of stress during the day. Your body is what feels the stress. See? Let's separate ourselves for a second. Let's do like an inside out of ourselves. Okay, we're going to do like an inside out of ourselves. The body is what feels the stress. That's what's taking the stress on. However, stress within the environment of one human or one person is created from the inside and the outside simultaneously. So you have the stress of gravity, you have the stress of air pressure, you have the stress of barometric pressure. Okay? Now these things are all external of yourself. You have stress of work, all these external things. Now, you have stress of depression. You have stress of worry. Okay? You have stress of self-doubt. Stress of immorality. You feel me? You got the pants on, but you got to keep that thing covered up with a fanny pack because you know it's stressful. You see people looking straight at it and it creates stress. I don't care what no woman say. You don't want to be looked at by the wrong people. You don't want the wrong people looking at you. You know what I'm saying? That's real. It's stress. So the body is feeling the stress. The body is the catalyst between the external and internal stressors. You see? So the thing about it is this, is that if you're able to overcome the stress within, then the peaceful state within the person will guide you to the equal opposing state from the external. It'll guide you to that because that stress is not conducive to have to fight against a negative external stressor. See, it'll be more peaceful. So you'll be spending a lot more time down by the water, just chilling. You see, you find yourself working on the beach. See what I'm saying? The external is peaceful, like the internal. You still got to work, but now the external is peaceful, like the internal. This is called law of attraction. So what you are on the inside is what you are on the outside. You understand what I'm saying? It works that way. Now, key findings that include effects on respiratory muscle activity, ventilation efficiency, chemo reflex and baroreflex sensitivity, heart rate variability, blood flow dynamics, respiratory sinus arrhythmia, cardiorespiratory coupling, and sympathovagal balance. Okay, that was a lot. But they're talking about the effects that they find, or the key finds that they found affecting these areas of the breathing system. Okay, of the cardio system. There appears to be, is that cardio? No, bronchial. Whatever. There appears to be potential for use of controlled slow breathing techniques as a means of optimizing physiological parameters that appear to be associated with health and longevity, and that may extend to disease states. However, there is a dire need for further research into the area. So now, let me tell you when this one came out. This one was adopted December 13th, 2017. So that wasn't that long ago. It was like 7 years or whatever. 7 years ago, they put this topic in. This topic warrants further research and understanding. Okay, they need to know what's going on. They have a dire need for further research in this area. They need to know what's going on with slow breathing and longevity of life. Slow motion. Hit you with the motion. All right, now. So slow breathing chills out the person. If you want, like I just did, take you a couple of slow, deep breaths. Fill your abdominal cavity with air. Let your diaphragm fall to your navel, and let the belly expand. Hold it for 3 to 4 seconds. Release it slowly through the mouth. Do this over and over and over until you feel yourself beginning to lighten up. It's inevitable. Breathing does something. Simple breathing. Did you know that breathing full breaths actually aids in digestion? Let all your people that know that's older begin constipated all the time. Let them know that they need to start deep breathing, and that will help things move along. Breathing is a part of your digestive system. Breathing is what stimulates the large intestine to go into the colon. Breathing. Yeah. Everything has a place. Now, okay. Physiology of slow breathing. So you have the respiratory system, where we're going to talk about the biomechanics of breathing. The term tidal breathing defines normal respiration, which is a relatively constant rate, and inspiratory and expiratory volumes. That defines normal respiration with a relatively constant rate and inspiration or inspiratory and expiratory volumes, which equals tidal volume. Tidal breathing is driven by a group of primary and accessory inspiratory muscles, collectively named the respiratory pump. The major respiratory muscle is the diaphragm, which during normal inspiration or inhalation contracts and flattens, pushing on the abdomen, while the lower ribs are pushed upwards and outwards. Coordinated contraction of the diaphragm, external intercostals, parasternal, sternomastoid, and scalene muscles, which are all around your sternum, those muscles that are in between your rib cage, the muscles that lay over the sternum, okay, that connect and attach to the sternal bone, that's what all those are. See, those result in an expansion of the rib cage and a rising of the chest. All of those muscles activate when you're going through the inspiratory motion of breathing or collecting air. All of these muscles activate. Okay, this generates a let's see, and a rising of the chest. This generates a transdiaphragmatic phlegmatic pressure, which is increased abdominal pressure, and decreased thoracic pressure. What does that mean? When you breathe in, breathe deep, you're going to feel the weight of the air in the belly. It's going to give you an increased abdominal pressure because your lungs are pushing down, okay, on your large intestine, your stomach, your liver, all that. And it's going to give you a decreased thoracic pressure. So you'll feel less pressure on your lungs and more pressure on your bowels. On your intestinal tract, your digestion, resulting in a decrease in intrathoracic and intrapleural pressure and subsequent ventilation of the lungs, upon which pulmonary gas exchange occurs via the alveoli across the transpulmonary pressure gradient, which we already learned about that in school, how we breathe. Okay? The expiration is generally passive, with the diaphragm returning to its domed resting configuration, causing the lungs to deflate and expel air. When the breathing effort is increased, however, the expiratory muscles become active. They include abdominal muscles, which pull the abdominal wall inwards when contracting, forcing the diaphragm to raise superiorly into the rib cage and rapidly deflate the lungs. Okay, that's called breathing hard, like a. That's hard breathing. That's what they're describing. Okay. Now, when you're doing the hard breathing, your body is in a state of stress. Okay. Notice how it says when the breathing effort is increased, that's stress. The breathing effort, so you're doing more work to breathe, that's stress, is increased. The expiratory muscles become active. They're stronger. They push harder. You feel me? And this is just for a breath based upon stress. So stress from the internal should match the stress from the external. They should come together like a magnet with the physical vessel in between. The less stress you can generate, that's the difference between children and older people. Children cause stress. They're not really taking it on. You understand? They scream, they holler, scream at the top of their lungs. They moving around, they touching stuff, they ain't got no business. They all over the place. You got to watch them and do your thing. They're creating stress for somebody else, where that stress is not being created for them. So the youth is all over them. You see? And whoever's dealing with that find themselves graying out, depleting mineral-wise or whatever. You know, all these things happen due to stress. Okay? So what this is telling us here is that the longer breath or the bigger breath you can take, and the more consistent you can get with breathing that way, your life will improve. Your health will improve. Your thinking processes will improve. This is from breath. And notice we're still in the fifth dimension. Slow motion this side. You hear me? We still in the fifth dimension. Gotta let go of the ego to let go of self. To heal self. I won't say let go, I'll say heal. You gotta let go of the ego to heal self. Healing is rapid in the fifth dimension. Once you identify, take accountability for it, ask for forgiveness, healing is immediate in the fifth dimension, especially for the soul. You should know you'll ask your ancestors and your people that are going on before you, they'll tell you. Healing is instant. See, they only do copycat stuff down here on this plane. They copycat stuff. That's why you got people coming out copycat. They sitting around, they listening. Oh yeah, I'm gonna go talk about that. Yeah, that'll really turn them on to me. No, man. You wanna put my energy out there? That's fine. I'm gonna call it all back, and I suggest all of y'all do the same thing. Call your energy back. Call it back. It's time for it. Anyway, dog, look, man, look, I want to come on. And look, here goes today at the radio station, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But Luke, I'm on this. I want y'all to understand this. We're still in the fifth dimension. Okay? Once we get to level 50, now things begin to take a whole nother perspective. It's time to put that armor on, baby. All right? But I'm going to holler at you. I'll be back. You know what I'm saying? Y'all keep messing with me like you're doing. I appreciate it. And if you're on YouTube, please like, share, and subscribe. And like I said on Facebook, we're going to start shutting down Facebook after about, 10 minutes or so of going on Facebook. And then we're going to start directing all the traffic to YouTube. So y'all get ready to follow me over there. Other than that, y'all have a good night, man. Any questions, just hit me up in my inbox. Any questions, you know. And if you got my number, you can hit that line. All right? Y'all be good. Peace.